Good morning, welcome to BBC One, and here's what we've got coming up for you today. 6 a.m, BBC Breakfast. Nigel Farage joins Naga Manchetti for some snidey comments about foreigners and some nice pastries. At 9:30 we've got Morning Live. Nigel Farage will be listening to viewers' personal problems and blaming them all on immigration. 10:45, Scam Interceptors. Nigel Farage investigates various scams perpetrated by foreigners and Muslims. 11:15, there's Homes Under the Hammer, presented this week by Nigel Farage, who will be looking at various homes, tutting loudly and suggesting they'll probably all end up going to immigrants. News at 1. News about Nigel Farage and what he'll be up to today. 2 p.m, we've got Rip Off Britain. Nigel Farage joins Angela and Gloria to warn how Britain is getting ripped off by the EU. At 2:30 it's Animal Park with Nigel Farage, who will be looking at good honest British lions. 3 o'clock, Escape to the Country, in which a priapic Nigel Farage walks around the great British countryside sighing. 3:45, Garden Rescue. Nigel Farage rescues a garden in Derbyshire from foreigners. News at 6, Nigel Farage presents news about Nigel Farage. 7 p.m, The One Show. Lauren Laverne and Nigel Farage chat to Jake Gyllenhaal about his new show, Presumed Innocent. John Bon Jovi about his new record, and to a red-faced angry man about why immigration and foreigners will be the death of this country and how everything was better during the war. 7:30, it's EastEnders, starring Nigel Farage as new character Nigel Farage, who thinks that the Square needs to get back to having a more British culture, which isn't racist actually. 8 p.m, Sort Your Life Out with Nigel Farage. Nigel goes through all the clutter accumulated by the Morrison family in Reading and concludes that it's all the EU's fault. 9 p.m, The Great British Sewing Bee. Nigel Farage presents this week and challenges everyone to sew a racist doily. News at 10, what's Nigel Farage been up to today? And at 10:30, Question Time, featuring Nigel Farage, Nigel Farage, Nigel Farage and Nigel Farage, hosted this week by Nigel Farage. And finally, at 11:30 we've got a half-hour special from Nigel Farage, in which he investigates why we don't have more Nigel Farage on the BBC.